Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nuuli Forged. We're going to go around and say some introductions real quick and dive right into it. So, first off, let's start up with Mike. Go ahead, introduce yourself, your character, and I would like to know what their favorite Saturday morning cartoon would be.
Ooh, all right, that's easy. Okay, so my name is Mike. Hello, everybody. I'm playing Defect Warforged Barbarian and Saturday morning TV show Transformers. That's
Nice.
easy, super easy. Can't go wrong with that.
I dig it. And how about Amber? You're up next.
Oh gosh, I'm Amber. I am playing Greg, the Goblin Artificer, and I think that my favorite Saturday cartoon. You said I don't know. There's this one. It's a duck, and he's got gadgets, and he's kind of silly. Darkwing Duck. Yeah, I like that one. That's on a Saturday, right?
It's totally on a Saturday. Very good.
I half expected it to be Inspector Gadget.
Yeah.
But the duck's way cooler than just a gadget.
Yeah, that's
It is. It's true. He's got a cooler theme song.
All right, and that brings us down to Sarah.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and I'm playing Carolee, the half-elf druid. And Carolee watches the Smurfs on Saturday mornings.
Very nice. I dig it. All right, Aetis, or Tanner, I suppose, is your real name.
Or is it?
I answer many names over since gaming at 5 years old. So, hi, I'm Tanner. I'm playing Aetis, the human ranger, and I would have to say Aetis with his guy liner watches the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Ah, very cool, very cool, very cool. Good show there. I always liked the kind of Jamaican accent that the Death Reaper had. I just thought that was brilliant.
That, and I mean, the character I related to the most...
Mandy?
Puddin'.
Very
the one
nice.
That fails all the time.
Mm-hmm. All right, and...
The zombie bunny.
Yeah, and then up in the corner, we got Matt.
Yo, I'm Matt. I'm playing Spoot, the Turtle Cleric, and this is also an easy one. He would definitely be watching the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Fantastic. I love it. And as I said, everybody, I am Jared. I'm your Dungeon Master. And I watched pretty much every Saturday morning cartoon, but my favorite was always Thundercats, because they're the best.
Oh. Thundercat.
Oh, yeah.
You have the sword.
Yeah, I don't do that part.
I do have, in the Waterdeep game that Tanner and I play in, my magic sword may look exactly like the Sword of Omens. So, it may be an influence. Who knows? But, that all being said and out of the way, let's dive right into tonight's game of Nuuli Forged. Last time on Nuuli Forged, our intrepid explorers entered the Arid Wastes, hoping to head to the Threll ruins and clear out whatever problems may or may not exist there. I've heard about some kobolds. Some people say a dragon. Who knows? You haven't been there yet. However, the Arid Wastes are a strange and dangerous place, not to mention incredibly hot and dry. They met an odd little kobold named Crick, who they healed after finding him amongst the wreckage of a sand skimmer he had created. Aetis and Spoot got buried in a dune avalanche, which resulted in Aetis almost dying from suffocation. Yet, on they continued. 4 days into the Arid Waste, they caught sight of something glinting on a nearby sand dune, and it appeared to be a human man entirely made of glass. And this individual seemed to be wandering aimlessly through the desert. Upon closer inspection by a beast-shaped Carolee, and returning to the party, they were of the opinion that this creature could not actually see. Upon closer inspection, Aetis realized that he recognized the face of this glass man as one Relgan Hertag, someone he knew from his home village almost 1,000 years ago. He rushed up to speak to him, but got no response. Reaching out to grab his shoulder, the glass man drew a glass short sword and slashed at Aetis, cutting him deep with one blow. And that is where we pick up our story. So, my question is, Aetis, you have just been slashed. What are you going to do?
Just like holding where he kind of cut, just like look at him kind of shocked and horrified. Relgan, why? Why did you do that?
Yep. Everyone else can also see that this glass man has slashed Aetis. The first swipe went wide, but the second one cut deeply. The sword seemed to dig into Aetis' skin. What would anybody else like to do anything at this moment?
Yeah. I followed Aetis up to the glass man in my
You did. You're like
curiosity.
right behind Aetis. Aetis is in between you and the glass man at the moment.
Cool. I would like to cast Sanctuary on Aetis.
Okay, great. Cool. So what does your sanctuary look like? Is it a bunch of like gears or whatever circling him around, or what is it?
No, it's just he like looks like there's mud like sticking to him.
All right, so this mystical mud appears all over you, Aetis.
That won't like contaminate my wound, will it?
No.
It's magical, so probably not.
It's
You're
mystical.
probably safe.
Unless they're a mystical bacteria.
And I will have pulled out a rusty screwdriver.
All right. Fantastic. So, Aetis, you see this go around you. Does anybody else have a reaction at this moment in time?
Yes, I believe Spoot will try to make haste to get closer, as he had previously remained further back.
Okay, so Spoot, you move up 30 feet. You can get pretty much next to Greg. You can't quite get to Aetis or Relgan, if that is who this is.
Real name.
Aetis, as you are clutching your wound, looking at Shock, you can see that the face of this individual, the eyes blink, so it's got eyelids, but it's just turning its head and seemingly taken up a defensive position and is seemingly looking around to see whatever touched it is still there.
With my free arm, just like kind of wave it around. Relgan, can you see?
There is no response to you whatsoever. The head is just continuously looking. Make an insight check for me.
Dope.
Okay, so with a 10, you can see that the facial features of this glass man, this Relgan, they are both confused, concerned, and tired all at the same time.
So my natural face. Got it.
Right, yeah.
Bless you.
Thank you.
I haven't used this much, actually. I'm glad he cast that, but I was thinking the same. I don't know if my passive insight would help anywhere in this. It is kind of high, or if I should just do my own.
Yeah, let me
now that I'm
take a
closer.
look. Yeah, your passive insight, Spoot, with a 17, you can tell that this creature, to the best of your knowledge, it is reacting to having been touched by something it cannot see nor hear.
Does it? I don't know if this will tell me, but does it still appear hostile? Like we need to be.
As far as you can tell, it appears to be more interested in its own defense than in like aggressively pursuing something.
See. Aetis, is everything okay here? You seem to know this creature.
He looks like someone from my home, even his armor, but doesn't seem to be able to hear or see me. He cut at me when I touched him.
I get the feeling that he probably is just defending himself. I don't think we should provoke him.
Yeah, I suppose it makes sense that he can't see or hear because he's made of glass.
But
I mean, you know.
maybe he needs help.
Maybe.
I don't know how to fix this.
Hang on, let me think here a moment.
Speak in someone else's mind.
Well, the spells I have require someone to be able to actually hear and understand me.
Well, if you have sending,
Yeah.
it goes mentally, right?
Say again?
Sending goes
Sending.
mentally. If you have that one.
I don't think I do. And if I did, it's not prepared.
I do not.
Known spells. Yes, so my prepared spells require the creature to hear me. Which I think you have just proved he cannot.
Yeah.
I've got nothing useful prepared.
Aetis, you can
What?
see that even though you like jumped back a little bit and you're kind of 5 feet away from him now, he is like looking around in the direction that you leaped from him. And he's just kind of defensively like circling in the sand and kind of shuffling his feet.
I mean, I
Yeah,
can
if it's-
entangle him if we think he's going to be a danger to us.
I mean, he wasn't doing anything until I touched him.
I don't think he's a danger to anyone, yes. I think he's just merely defending himself. As
Should
someone
we
would.
follow him until you can prepare the thing that you want? What time is it?
I don't believe I can prepare it.
It is like around noon on your 4th day into the Arid Wastes.
Sending, I think, is 3rd level.
Yes, it is.
But can you, like, I don't know. There's a spell that is supposed to be able to not make you petrified, and this is almost like petrified, isn't it? I don't know.
Let me consult my little notebook here.
Your handy dandy notebook.
Your handy dandy holy text.
Handy dandy D&D Beyond.
Totally.
Um, I don't think I have anything that communicates telepathically yet.
I
I definitely do get these, but I'm not a high enough level yet.
Yeah, I could talk to animals, but not to glass humans.
Glass humans I can't hear.
Right.
Right? But can any of you do Revivify? To completely meta.
I
Not
think that's
Revivify.
greater restoration. which-
Restore, yeah. I always say the wrong one.
Yeah, I mean, it says I can communicate with beasts. It says nothing about their ability to hear me, but I don't think that's helpful since he's not a beast.
If we
Yeah, his
If we-
subtype, I will tell you, is not beast.
if we do want to follow him until I can rest and prepare another spell, there is something I could try. What? Sorry.
I mean,
See anything?
Is there anything that I would know or remember that Relgan carried? Like, personal to him?
Well, you would know. Well, make a history check at advantage for me.
I mean, with time to prepare, I could get some
Okay.
lesser restoration.
With a natural 20,
Same.
you know that Relgan was one of the originaters of a series of hand signals and silent communications that the plane wardens used to communicate. And it included like essentially like a Morse code type of equivalent, but just by like tapping on like someone in front of you in a certain way. And you also know that Relgan kept a ring in a string around his neck under his armor. That was his wedding ring with his wife, so that it wouldn't, be visible when he was off doing his work.
Would I remember any of this, like, Morse code thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, first, I would like to use my mark of finding locate object.
Ooh, okay.
And try to hone in on the ring and see if it possibly pings. I'm thinking, like, if it's just kind of like a remnant, it might not actually ping.
Yeah. I will say that it does ping. But it doesn't... Locate object kind of gives you a general kind of like a direction of where the something is that you're looking for, right? Like
and if it's
like a radar blip.
It's within 1,000 feet, I think.
Okay, cool. So yeah, it definitely pings, and you can tell it's like within 10 feet of you on the front of this individual that you are seeing. So you know that the ring is there, but it's also giving you a weird kind of echoey feedback.
Like painful echoey, or
it's
like
not painful. It's more that the feedback, whatever it is, it has just a weird echoiness to it. It doesn't hurt you, but it's almost as if it's been the object that you know you're looking for is altered a little bit. Even though it is basically the same object, it's changed somehow.
So it lasts for 10 minutes. Would it make me like lose focus on the spell, kind of, or is it just like weird?
No, it's just weird. Like you can still sense it, but it's akin. I would say it would be akin to, if you drop a pencil on the ground and you don't look at it and you just feel around and you find a pen there. Like it's not the pencil, but it feels the same because it's still kind of rounded.
Got you. Guys, if we could possibly grab him so he doesn't slash us. I remember he has a way of speaking through touch.
Well,
I got the vines.
I mean, this probably wasn't fast enough within a minute, but I could also sanctuary you. Don't make him feel attacked. And I can sanctuary you, and you can like tap a message on him.
Well, wouldn't he? I would prefer no short swords being swung at me.
Yeah, but I mean, he might miss, and it might protect you. It'll be fine.
I could try one of my spells, but I am almost... And make him drop his weapon if possible, but I'm almost certain he has to hear me. I don't think it works
Does hold person work without hearing?
Yes, I believe it does, but it is also not prepared.
Oh. Okay.
Nope, I've got entangle prepared. I've got the vines. That's what I got.
We could try the vines and hogtie him? Or not hogtie, just disarm?
I thought this guy was your friend. That's like real rough.
I mean, entangle is just restraining. There's no damage taken unless they
move.
He is, but something
not even move.
Not even move? Okay.
It's just restraining.
When I just tried to find an item that's I know he always carries, it's on him, but it feels different. So I don't know if
he's glass. Of course it's different.
Weird.
Yeah, what was a pocket before might not be a pocket.
Well, it's worth a try. Do we want to try to restrain him? Because I don't want to go over and get cut up again.
You got a stick? Tap him with a stick.
Yeah, in this time, he's wandered about 10 feet away from you, Aetis.
Kirli?
I could make it harder for him to hit you.
I got some entangling.
Are you casting entangle on him?
I am casting entangle upon him.
All right.
What if he thinks it's an attack
so,
and then
you cast your spell, and you all see straight these like dried but very much alive green vines and brown vines kind of rise up from the sands to entangle Relgan. And the vines cannot find a purchase on him, and he just moves through them as though they weren't even there.
He's a glass ghost.
He's definitely
It's
got
real
physicality. Like,
Glass is real slippery.
I would like everyone to make a perception check on this.
He's a ghost.
Okay, cool.
10.
So everyone
Wow.
Okay, so yeah, everyone rolled above a 10. So you all notice that the vines like reach out and like go to grab him and restrain him, but as soon as they like touch the glass skin, they dissolve and disappear.
Oh. So he's not just slippery. He's resistant to magic.
He's magically
This spell.
protected.
This spell. I have it.
He doesn't even seem to notice that the spell has been cast, to be honest with you.
Well, that's good.
Should I try to restrain him?
This does make me think that the spell I wanted to try to make it more difficult for him to hit someone might also not work.
Defect, do you want to help me try to restrain him?
I can
Yes,
help.
but once we do restrain him, what is the plan?
Well,
I
if
guess Aetis says hello.
If I start trying to use the Morse code on him, it might calm him down.
I mean,
Defect.
I got some rope if we ought to each hold an end and run around him from 25 feet away.
Like a maze.
Defect. If you can restrain him, I will lay on him. That's with a straight face.
Don't
And perhaps that will restrain him.
Well,
I'm
who
not
could
sure.
refuse that offer, right? I mean, come on.
Maybe he's not strong enough to push me off.
I'll turn to Aetis and see if he agrees with this
I
plan.
don't want Spook to lay on him. He's glass.
I won't fall on him. I will gently place myself across his body.
Just to make sure we're on the same page, does that mean you want me to fall onto my back, hold him, and you lay on top of him on top of me?
Will that hurt you?
I'm strong like an ox.
I'm
Be
not sure
fine,
any of this is
too.
making any more sense. Why are we making the plans this complicated again? I'm a goblin, but I'm not stupid.
So the glass man has wandered like 15 feet farther away from you at this point, as you are all discussing this.
I have an idea.
And it's not a straight line, it's kind of this meandering path, slowly shuffling.
Defect,
We could
can full Nelson him. Maybe that will keep him from.
maybe an easier idea. Perhaps we can trip him. If two of us grab a piece of rope in front of his path, maybe he will trip himself. And then we quickly and carefully restrain him on the ground.
I mean, maybe.
Is he short sword?
He seems to have put the short sword away, seemingly satisfied that whatever he attacked has gone and left him
Should
to
we do
be.
that from behind or from in front?
Well, if
Perhaps
he's
we
walking
do.
forward, then he'll only trip if he goes forward. So we should be in front of him.
I've got some rope.
Greg is a goblin, but pretty
I've
nice.
got some rope.
Not
I
wise.
walked the 20 feet to be 5 feet in front of him. Someone come hold the other end of this damn rope.
Here comes Spook. Quietly. I'm quietly running.
Quietly.
He's dead anyway. We don't care how tired you are.
Okay,
It's to like
so
center myself.
how far away from him are you positioning yourselves with the rope in between you? Is that your plan?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
cool.
would say we're holding maybe 20 feet of rope, so we're 10 feet to either side of him and 5 feet in front of him.
All right. Cool. I dig it. All right. So you're holding it. He's walking along. He's going to make a dexterity saving throw when he trips over your rope.
Better be a disadvantage.
When he starts tripping, can I go over and kind of like tackle and get on top of him?
Yeah, you can prep to do all this stuff up. Okay, with disadvantage, he rolled a 22 on his saving throw.
With disadvantage. Wow, good for Glassman.
Yeah.
Glassman is acrobatic.
And blind.
It's more like you were both holding the rope really tight, like kind of at like his shin level, and like in his shuffling, his shin hit the rope, and he kind of reached down and like felt it and stepped over it.
He's moving too slow.
He was
Yeah.
to try.
I think maybe you should just start tapping him. And we'll
Jump.
heal you if you get hurt.
Yes.
Can you help me restrain him?
I can do that.
Here. I have an idea.
Just the normal stuff. I'm just gonna.
I'm going to cast Aid on Aetis, whatever his name is.
Aid on Aetis.
There we go.
Thank you.
All right.
Give you some Aetis. Sorry, he already made that joke. I just wanted to.
Yeah. All right. So, Aetis and Defect, you run up to attempt to tackle him. Is that what your plan is?
Yeah, I'm gonna rage first.
Okay. Okay. Because you're both doing it, you would have advantage on the check anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, so you rush up from behind. He gets a quick perception check. I would like both of you to make stealth checks with advantage because he can't see you.
Jesus Christ, these rolls tonight. I got one nat 20, it's all over.
We're slap happy and the dice are lame.
Wow, Defect was like.
Okay. All right.
The Warforged is now more stealthy than the Ranger.
So you get within 5 feet of him. He shifts to the side. Aetis, your leap to tackle him makes you land prone about a few feet away. You just... It seemed he was able to sense you coming. Defect, you just barely... are you raging right now? Did you rage?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
It seems like as you were coming up to him, he sidesteps and draws his short sword in the same moment and attacks you twice. Wow. Okay, that's a 25 to hit and a natural 20.
Woof.
Oof. Right,
so it would be 14 slashing from the first attack, reduced to 7.
Okay.
And then 23 reduced to 11 slashing damage.
He was going to hit you for 23. Wow.
He's not messing around.
Yeah, like, Defect, you get the sense that he just barely sensed that you were there. He, like, totally sidestepped Aetis, and then just, at the last moment, managed to figure out you were there as well.
New idea. I'll scamper up. How do I tap hello? Teach me, real quick. Hi, it's Aetis. Quick.
I'll just tap Greg.
All right. You get the series of motions. Go ahead and make an intelligence check, Greg.
Yep.
Okay, great. Yeah, you think you've got this simple word of hello down, this simple sequence with an 18? No problem for you.
Cool. Great. I am going to stealth my way in to his shins, like behind him or something.
Okay, yep. Go ahead and make a stealth check.
17. Damn it.
Okay, cool.
Still better than mine.
Yes, but
All
if
right.
he sensed an 18.
He does not seem to notice you as you approach him.
Good. Okay, cool. I'm gonna just sneak up and I'm gonna tap hello on his calf.
All right. So you go up there and you tap the sequence for hello. As soon as you tap him the first time, he once again whirls with his short sword, kind of looking unsure. But when you finish the sequence, he stops and stands still and looks around and kind of lowers the short sword and begins reaching out, like looking for a person in front of him.
Aetis, I think it's your turn.
I'll walk and just kind of like put my arm out to where he's reaching.
Okay, he finds your arm, and holding it, puts his short sword away, brings the other arm up, and on the inside of your forearm, taps out identify.
I'll tap my name.
Okay, you tap out the sequence for your name, and the eyes, you can see on this glass face, the eyes widen, and you get a sense of relief and surprise and like just pure aghastness. Like he's just he can't believe that someone with that name would appear right now. And he taps out, how long? How?
I'll tap out the sequence for 1,000 years.
As soon as you do that, he looks so sad and crestfallen. And it's almost heartbreaking, the image. You see like facial indicators that would mean he'd cry, except he's glass. He taps out, how are you alive?
I'll just start going at the sequence of just like blacked out, woke up, somehow like frozen in time.
He taps out storm.
Yep.
He kind of nods, and he replies, haven't seen since storm. Can't hear. Only feel.
I'll just ask him like if he knows if anybody else or what happened to everybody else.
Cool. He's got like both hands like on your arm, one holding your arm and one that he's been using for tapping. But in this instant, he just kind of looks down and shakes his head. And the reply is, I don't know what happened. Last sight, orange lightning, blinding light. Last sound, screams, running, thunder crash.
I'll start tapping and just home is gone. It's under the ocean.
He kind of takes a moment and taps a sequence. In darkness, felt shaking, scrambled away, shaking for long time, felt cold, felt wet, felt hot, felt dry, shaking stopped. And he just keeps kind of repeating ages, long time, can't tell days. You get the sense that he has been unable to accurately grasp the passage of time he has experienced.
I'm just gonna tap him. What would you like me to do?
He replies, cure, and then he replies, death.
I'm just gonna tap him. Are you sure?
He replies, nothing has hurt me. Been alone. Been scared. Been sad. Feel nothing but terror and isolation.
Jesus.
Poor glass man.
Meanwhile, none of the rest of us actually know any of this.
Yeah,
Right.
the rest of you are just watching as this glass man has like grasped onto Aetis's arm, and with the other arm, or the other hand, is like tapping on his arm.
So they're
While
both just sitting there patting each other.
while Aetis is like tapping back like on his shoulder or on his arm or wherever.
I would have been repeating it until this last question.
Okay.
So until I asked him what he would like me to do, I would have been repeating everything. How do you want me to do this?
He kind of shrugs and taps out, which you get the sense that he either needs a fix or a cure, or he just wants it over.
Aetis, do you want to try?
I'm gonna tap him. Can you breathe?
He shakes his head.
Grig, do you think he could fit in the bag?
No, my bag is not person-sized. I mean, I don't know. Maybe if we could get his foot in, I don't know. I guess if he scrunched up small, I could go in the opening, or he could like walk with us. You can tie a rope to him.
I'll tap on him. Could you keep up easily?
He responds out, if guided. You have friends?
I mean, wait. I'll scoop her up and tap. Hello.
He kind of looks down.
Yeah, on
You
his
have,
thigh.
and it taps out, children? Question mark.
Well, no, I'm not that short. I'm 4 feet tall, so it was like on his bicep.
I mean, both his biceps are up, so he could tell that it was like from a small individual.
Yeah.
So.
I'll tap Goblin.
The face skews and looks at you, and it just taps out, really?
What do you say?
He's just as confused as I am that your species are getting around.
Yeah, well, humans are stupid.
I'll type out strange magic robot and turtle question mark.
Wardle. You have like a pet.
He taps out, okay. You plus 4.
Yes.
He then taps out Kaelin.
No.
The face goes sad, and the hand he's been tapping with you kind of reaches out blindly and finds your shoulder and kind of pats it.
I'll just tap out. Thank you. We have rope, or possibly fit you in a magic bag.
He taps out big bag.
I'll tap out Goblin's weird magic.
He types out, "Can follow if I have an arm."
Okay.
He has two.
In a bag.
You want to try the bag first?
No. What did he say?
Did you
I'm not
type
gonna
that?
put him in a
Did you
bag.
tap that out to him?
Yes.
Okay. He just kind of like rolls his shoulders and kind of cocks his head, and he's like, "Really?"
Here, hang on. I got this. My
He
last
starts
25
tapping out, "I was a plains warden." What?
You're talking about stuffing a human in a bag.
Don't put me in a bag.
Here. We'll do this. All right, here we go. Got a rope.
I'm still holding a rope that we were using to, fail
that's
to
right.
trip him.
If he's holding on to somebody's arm, he'll know where we're going and he can keep pace.
You can hold on to mine.
Great.
I'll tap out. You can walk with turtle? Question mark.
He taps out. First time for everything.
I want to learn the tappy language.
I don't think we have a word for a turtle.
That's fair enough.
I mean, turtles have been around for a while. You probably never met one before Spoot, but you may have heard about them.
Well, yeah, but I don't know if it was necessarily put into this Morse code thing because I don't know if it was needed.
That's fair. Yeah, the closest word you probably have would be turtle.
Or if it's something you would have bothered to learn.
I'll just walk him over towards Spoot.
Okay.
You know, they slow and steady.
His hands onto like Spoot's arm.
Okay, yeah, he follows the follows where you guide his hands, and now his arm is kind of resting on Spoot's arm.
I will tap him just sort of like I've got you. I'm not trying to do any sort of word, but just like we're gonna walk now.
Sure. He kind of nods in your direction and kind of waves with the other hand, just kind of like awkwardly.
Once he's like got a grip on Spoot, I'll just like tap him on the shoulder. It's a big turtle.
He kind of reaches to where your hand is and kind of taps on the back of your hand. No shit.
Hey, Aetis. How do you say on your left? Or like swing now. Because like he's got a really big sword. If something attacks us, we can like tell him what to do.
You better get your left and your right correct, Greg.
I'll show Greg the sequence for enemies.
Okay. Cool. Greg, go ahead, make an intelligence check.
Dang it, it's a 6.
Yeah, it's really complex. Once you start getting like this kind of tappy language is very individualized and built into this one culture. And it's very complex, and there's a difference to the amount of pressure and the speed of the taps and the sequencing that this idea of complex enemies in certain directions just kind of eludes you at the moment. You can't quite master it at this point in time.
Okay, I
Maybe we
realized that
don't.
it didn't work. That's the real question.
Well, I'm sure you would try it on me, and I would tell you no.
Okay. Okay, that's really complicated. Is left easier and right like direction?
Is it?
It's a little bit more easy. It's a quicker sequence because it's communicating different ideas, or simpler ideas, I should say.
I'll try showing her that one. Just not like the last one I showed you, because you said to me toilet.
Okay, fine. I'll practice that later.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead. Give me an intelligence check for left and right.
There you
Okay,
go,
with an
18.
18, you figure out left and right.
Okay, great. All right, that'll have to do.
Greg,
What?
if you're tell them to attack, please just give me a warning first.
Yeah. I mean, you'll know because then there'll be people attacking. We'll just like put his hand on his sword, and then I'll be like left or right, and it'll be fine.
So Aetis, are
Okay.
you keeping a hand on him at all, or have you left him just in Spoot's care?
I'm gonna tap him that I'm gonna be going ahead and trying to scout the desert.
Cool. He taps out to you. Understood. If needed, I can fight things near me.
I'll just tap okay. Turtle will alert you.
He taps back how?
That's a good question.
Left and right, yo. Put his
Would you
hand on
like
his
to
sword.
teach me left and right, or some simple way to?
I
smack him upside the head when you think he should attack things.
Yeah, like you
Put
can
his
just
hand on
you
his
can make up
sword.
your own thing. It doesn't have to be in this language. You've established that you can communicate with him, Aetis. So
Yeah.
you could be like, he'll tap you 4 times on the left shoulder or whatever if there's danger.
sure we'll go with that one.
4 times.
Or whatever you'd want, like,
I'm just
Shit.
teasing.
Gently.
Smack him on the back as hard as you can, like you're trying to get something out of him.
squeeze his butt. I don't know. Whatever you want.
Gently,
He
he's
has
made
to
of
be a
glass.
willing creature. If he's a willing creature,
I mean, he's kind of generally offered consent at this point, so.
We just tap him twice, somewhat aggressively, not like hard, just kind of alerting to tension.
I think
I'll just communicate that to Relgan.
He taps back, understood. I'll be ready. You get the sense that he's implying that when he gets that signal, he will draw his sword and be ready for whatever might come within range of him.
To be fair, he did cut me deep, and no one had to tap him on the glass for that.
The Goliath.
yeah.
In fairness, you were tackling him.
I will just also tap him. Just let Turtle move before you start cutting.
He responds, I know this. I know his touch now.
Okay. All right, let's move. Amber's
right.
camera's frozen and it's perfect.
Is it really?
You just look
You all
so.
froze for a minute ago.
It's almost
okay. You're
fun.
back now.
Yeah.
Look
Okay,
frozen
good.
like this.
That is a common face that I make, so it is appropriate for many
Right.
occasions.
Greg, I would just like to give credit where credit is due, and well done on starting the communication.
I mean, sure. Y'all just sound like you were having fun with the tackling, but it didn't really make sense. Goblins aren't stupid, yo. Hey, by the way, which direction are we going?
You shouldn't underestimate the size.
Do you remember which direction we were going?
I will consult my notes that I have been with like some scribblings, and then ask the DM. Do I remember what?
We're
Yeah,
going
so-
south, guys.
So you've been
Where are we
going. You've been going
going
more or
now?
less south because that's the direction you were supposed to travel through this arid waste, following these marker columns that you can see every few miles or whatever.
Correct. Is
You
there-
you veered off course a little bit to pursue this, but not by much.
Right.
So it would just be a survival check to get back on
Okay.
track.
I know I've been personally keeping marks of these thing structures we've seen in the distance.
Mhm.
Survival check.
Yeah.
Wow, our roll. This does not bode well if we have combat later.
I
So
don't
you're
know.
not doing it by yourself, are you?
Well, no. Aetis gives you advantage, so it's a 14
Oh,
instead.
even then, that's still kind of sad, but okay.
Yeah, but I have
Well-
disadvantage because I'm exhausted, so your roll is still better.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got a level of exhaustion. But the good thing is, it's pretty easy to figure out which direction south is in the desert when you've
Yeah.
got a sun. and a shadow.
We know the sun, how that works, yeah.
Right.
So you get the general gist of the direction you need to go back. And this diversion was not that far, so you can follow your own
Footprints
back.
Yeah.
Oh, look, Pupper.
Oh, hello, puppy.
Sorry, I
Oh,
couldn't resist.
never apologize for
No.
a pupper.
No.
Dogs are always allowed on stream.
Here, dog, you play.
Cats have to make an appointment, but dogs are always welcome.
I agree.
I've got it in chat. Says Floof.
That is one of his
Floof,
names,
floof.
yes.
Oh gosh, we're probably I forget sometimes about the people watching. We're probably been very boring so far. I apologize.
Probably.
3 days, no combat.
I've been told it's interesting, so we're going to keep going. So you find your original trail. You get back on there.
So we find the Oregon Trail.
Your
Yes.
original trail.
Oh,
Oh god, please no. Do
much better.
we have
Roll for
the anti-dysentery
dysentery.
spell? Yeah.
Oh, good. You didn't die from dysentery. Instead, you are shot to death by arrows. Well done.
Hooray!
Oh, you didn't
Yay.
pack enough foodstuffs. You starved. Oh, well done.
PTSD, man.
You know that's a board game now.
None of these kids today will ever understand the true trials of the Oregon Trail in CD-DOS form.
The hardest gaming I've ever experienced.
I know.
And I want for the life of me to rediscover it, but I can't seem to find it anywhere. Anyway, sorry.
I'm sure there's an emulator.
I'm
Let's
sure
get back
it's out
to it.
there.
Yeah.
All right.
Very
So,
distracting.
Relgan Hertag in his glass form and tow, you have re-found your way and are making your way towards the south of the arid deserts. Hopefully, making your way towards the Thrall ruins and whatever may lie there. Great. So, as you march through the day, first off, I would like everyone to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Wait, another one because we already did one at noon.
You did one in the morning, yes, but now you are traveling through the afternoon. Okay. Defect and Aetis, you two gain a level of exhaustion.
Oh no!
Guys, I'm at
Why?
2 levels.
You don't look so good, Aetis. You
Yeah.
look a little green around the gills.
How many times do I have to say I don't like the desert?
I mean, that's fair. But
And-
I didn't like the forest, and I didn't look that sick.
I'm going to need someone to roll a D100 for me.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh dear.
Amber, you usually are the best at this.
Oh, great.
Oh god. Is that Tarask? Or is that a Draco Lich?
A giant portal appears and a Tarask walks out. No, that's not what
Whee!
happened.
Is that
Oh,
something
hey.
I can give guidance on? Can I give guidance on that?
No, unfortunately.
Not
Guy-
real. It's not a real roll. It's a god roll.
Standard portal or portal of Tarask summoning?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yes, we would.
Yes, yes, we will.
All right. So,
Remember that
Aetis,
combat that was missing?
due to your exhaustion, you are working with Spoot, and you see a nice little like chasm that seems to be going in the way that will protect you from sand dunes and stuff, and you don't want to risk a sand dune again. So you kind of head down there, and it's a bit of a rocky area. And it kind of makes you walk a little bit towards the west. And as you are walking there, you come around like there's a big like stone pillar in the middle and stone walls all around you. You come around and you see a massive snake curled up, sleeping in the sun. As you come around the stone, it's about 15 feet away from you. And
An all snake?
like a big poisonous, like it's like a massive rattlesnake almost. And it sees you.
Cool.
Can you talk to that? I'm too tired to do this.
No,
You're a
if I
druid. Go.
If
Also,
I turn into a snake, can I talk snake?
you can speak to animals, can't you?
Well, you look
No.
at it, and it looks at you, and you see it kind of raise its head, and then its body begins to shift and morph,
Mm-hmm.
and it changes itself into a 10-foot tall, or an 8-foot tall, 9-foot tall humanoid form.
Cool.
With the body of a snake,
Yep.
scaled arms, and a snake-like head. And I'm going to need everyone.
When it starts changing, I'm just gonna turn around, go and push Defect forward, and then walk backwards.
Nope.
I'm going to need everyone
Oh, you moved it.
to roll some initiative.
Should have waited.
Where did they go?
You're so
Oh, there we are.
impatient.
Oof, all right.
Well, I was like, I'm going to make sure I grab my token first, and then it happened right.
No, he's gonna change the map.
Yeah, you're right.
Can I pick up some of this pretty purple sand too?
I actually don't think it's rolling, so.
It's more shadows, but sure, it can do that. I am also going to give you your little friend here.
I trip on the glass man.
Well, it's initiative, so it's all right.
In the process of trying to pull him to tell him to
Forgets
stop
what the
moving,
symbol is and
I
just
forget. I
stops.
just fall. I tell him to attack, and he hits me.
Great. Who am I missing here? I need Aetis. Did you roll? Did.
I didn't click my token. I got a 21.
Okay, great. Let me. All right, we've got
Best,
a.
best roll of the night, and D&D or Roll20 didn't even record it.
And Defect, what did you roll?
6.
6. Okay, great.
Because somebody pushed you. Threw you off.
Fantastic, everybody. So
Well,
here
I
we
would say
are.
that.
Here we are. The first person to do anything, believe it or not, is Relgan, who is just kind of constantly on alert because he's walking, holding on. So he just kind of stands there waiting for a signal. Not sure what to do.
This rock formation where is that the pillar?
Yes, right here is your this is all a big pillar. And then this creature has just sort of grown up there. And Aetis, it is your turn.
Well, since I only have 15 feet of movement speed now,
Also true.
I'm going to shuffle my way over here because I am tired.
Mm-hmm.
And just pull out my bow and ready a arrow.
Okay, but you're not going to fire?
Not yet. I'm gonna wait for him to take a more hostile action.
Okay, great. Good to know. All right, next up is the creature's turn.
Mm.
Here comes your hostile action.
Yeah.
Right.
I
Yeah.
assume it's.
I mean, it turned into a
You want
person-ish.
And he might try to talk.
Yeah, it looks like this. He's got a big old sword, scimitar.
Does he have feet, or is he snake bottomed?
Snake body.
So basically he's a snake with arms.
Essentially, yeah. But he looks at you, and I need Defect to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh crap! Here we go again.
Oh, there we
There
go.
you go.
Oh,
Yay!
well done. You succeed. You get this sense of terror and fear as you stare into the eyes of this snake creature.
Mm-hmm.
But you shrug it off. You've dealt with snake creatures before. This cannot hold you. So well done. Next up is Greg.
Cool. Greg is going to scamper over to the glass man and tap left. And
Okay.
try to pull him around this way.
Are you going to actually drag him in a direction?
Yeah, I'll tap it on his hand and then pull him with me.
Okay, great. So he kind of grabs your hand, and you can pull him about 10 feet, I'd say.
Okay.
He looks a little confused, but he's going with it. Carolee, it is your turn.
Classic D&D game, confused but going with it.
Story of my life.
Indeed so.
I'm going to step behind this pillar as well. Does Aetis, do you have wounds as well as being tired, or?
I'm feeling a 26 out of 32. Tired. Maybe if you have some coffee.
I'm fresh out of coffee. I've got some healing word. If you're feeling like you might need it.
I think iced coffee right now would be better. I would say save your healing word.
Frostbite? Did you say you want some frostbite? That'll wake you up real fast.
So, Carolee, what are you going to do?
Hold a frostbite.
So I'm coming over here next to Aetis to have this conversation.
Okay.
And what are we doing on distance here to my friend? 30 feet.
Well, you are behind a rock, so he's going to get some cover from you at the moment. Unless your spell does not require line of sight.
Wow.
Oh, I think we got a little frozen.
Oh, there we go. All right. Speaking of frozen, I am going to throw some frostbite, but I'm going to throw it at our friend the snake, not at Aetis.
Sure, but you need to be able to see him to do that, right?
I do need to be able to see him.
Cool. So you'd have to do it from over here then.
Okay.
Or
sure.
Well, you could do it from behind Aetis if you just go up.
Yeah.
One there. But great. He's going to make a Constitution saving throw. He rolls a 22.
Cool.
So he just resists the frost beam that blasts into him. Anything else on your turn?
I'm going to step back behind this pillar.
Great. Defect, it is your turn.
Let's do it. Activate Rage. Move down to him.
And I will say, just by this point, you would have been able to take a short rest. So those of you who are damaged, you could spend hit dice, or you could have spent hit dice.
Oh, prior to that.
Oh, and I get my wild shape back.
Super quick then.
Do temporary hit points go away on a long rest or a short rest?
Long rest.
Okay.
Or until they are eaten up.
Does aid have a duration?
I'm unsure.
Checking now. It is 8 hours.
Oh, okay, so they're still there then.
It's not concentration either.
They are still there, so you're all good.
Being right next to him, I will use Reckless Attack and attack him.
Yeah, go for it.
If Defect's attacking, can I attack too?
Oh yeah, you were holding for an aggressive action, so he hasn't technically made an aggressive action yet.
Okay.
Tried to cast a
have.
spell on Defect.
Yeah, He did try to cast a spell on Defect, so sure, you can make an attack on him.
Okay.
With a 16 Reckless, you do manage to hit him for a total of 13 damage.
13, yes.
All right. Fantastic. However, 12 does not hit.
Figured.
All right. Spoot, it is your turn.
Okay. I sense that Glassman has been taken to safety.
Yeah, you saw Grig come up and like
Safety.
pull him away.
Thankfully,
He is safety
Hi.
glass.
fumbled. We have definitely done.
You want to be on? You want to be on the stream too?
I don't think talking to him at this point is going to do anything, so
Sorry.
I'm gonna try something that I haven't done before. I'm gonna try to cast Spiritual Weapon
Okay.
Yes.
in front of.
Cool. What form does your spiritual weapon take?
It's a big club. Just a. It's like a tree log.
Is it a turtle shell club?
Maybe there's a turtle shell like fastened to the end of it.
Okay, great.
Oh, that'd be a big. If it's a turtle shell, that would be huge. So maybe it's
It'd
just
be very huge.
several turtle shells.
I mean, you could do weird things.
Cool. And where are you conjuring
True.
it?
I would like to place it just in front of the creature, maybe here.
Great. Cool.
It is now the Seattle Space Needle. Oh, okay. It's
Here is your spiritual weapon.
excellent.
All right.
And I'm never.
Cool,
So I
cool,
need
cool.
to make sure I understand, but my understanding is I use an action to cast it
And attack.
and attack.
Yeah, I think you can bonus action and smack it.
On later turns, you can use your bonus action to attack with it. So that's kind of
Right. So, like the first time I use it, it is a cast and attack, and boom. Okay.
Cool.
That's what. So that explains what all this is.
Yep.
To hit with 25.
That's a nice roll of damage, though.
Oh no! Oh no! Look at me.
Yeah, a 25 will hit it.
I
And
hope
it
so.
and it takes 13 points of damage. Good job, Spoot. And the fun thing about spiritual weapon, not concentration, right?
It is not.
I know, it's fun.
It is very fun. I don't know why I haven't tried it sooner, to be honest. But
Okay, great. Next up is Relgan, who is being led by Grig, and so he's just holding Grig's hand, being led.
Cool.
Aetis, it is up to you.
I'm gonna shoot him one more time.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm not gonna shoot him one more time.
Oof. Okay. With an 8, you're tired, you're exhausted, you're fumbling. You go to like pull one of your arrows, and you just fumble it and catch it, but you catch it by the arrowhead, and you end up taking 2 points of piercing damage from catching the point in your
Do I
palm.
take my own force damage as well?
No, I'm not going to be that, because you didn't actually get to fire it from the bow. It's just, you know. It is now the creature's turn, and Defect, you have come up into its grill.
Yeah.
And it snarls and hisses at you. It's going to attempt to wrap its tail around you.
Ooh.
There.
However, totally misses you and ends up like smashing into a rock, and looks like it hurts itself on a rock a little bit. It critically failed.
Wow.
So,
That makes 2 of us.
It's going around.
and then it reaches out to try to bite you. That's a
Okay.
17 to hit.
That's a miss.
Yeah, so you dodge out of the way, get your axe blade up, and kind of push it off. And finally, in rage and frustration, it just screams at you in a language you don't understand and swings its scimitar with a 21 to hit.
That one will hit.
That would be 11 points of slashing damage. And you are raging?
Yes.
Okay, so then it's reduced to 5 points of slashing damage. But yeah, it just made 3 attacks on you.
I was just going to say that was 3 attacks.
It was.
Very rapid.
Yeah, this is what happens when you roll a 1 on a D100.
Yay!
Greg,
Yay.
it is your turn.
Just happy there's no player actions.
I am going to pull Mr. Glassman into this opening.
Okay,
And,
yeah.
like,
You can pull him
move-
20 feet, no problem.
All right, cool. I'm gonna pull him. Yeah, I'm gonna pull him out front to here, and I'm just gonna put his hand on his sword and push him forward.
Okay. So you kind of
Oh,
use your
no.
action to kind of guide him and push him forward with his sword. Okay, good to know. All right.
What could possibly go wrong?
Carolee, it is your turn.
Cool.
You've ducked behind your rock.
Nope.
You can't see anything. What you gonna do?
I'm going to back out from behind the rock.
Okay.
And that guy's carrying a scimitar that is now very, very hot.
All right. Cool. So it makes a. It takes the damage and then makes a save, or it takes the damage and then makes a
takes the
save to
damage.
drop it, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I need to.
And that happens
There's
on
the
its
damage.
turn. Yep.
Every creature in physical contact with the object takes the 2d8.
Yep.
Woohoo!
Yep.
And then if they're holding or wearing and taking it, they have to succeed on a Constitution saving throw or drop the object.
And is that immediately or on their turn?
Immediately.
Cool. Constitution save?
Yeah. I'm
Uh,
actually now looking for what it is.
Your DC.
It would just be your DC. Your spell save DC. But he rolls a 22, so he manages to hold
Cool.
on to the sword.
Great.
Does
However,
he also have disadvantage?
he now has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until my next turn.
Okay, great. Good job.
Loves this.
All
Yeah,
right.
nice.
Defect, it is your turn.
Right. Doing the same thing. Reckless attack. Great axe.
Okay,
Oh, and I was ducking back behind the pillar when I finished doing that.
no problem.
Sorry.
Okay,
I
yeah,
moved
a
5 feet,
20
so I
will
think I have
hit,
5 more.
dealing him 10 points of damage.
Yep.
Very cool. All right, Spoot, it is your turn.
Excellent. I would like to try to cast a spell on this person. Let me check my range, however.
Mhm.
Okay, I need to move up just a bit.
Yeah.
I'm going to move up here, and I'm going to cast upon him Bane.
Yeah.
All right, that is a wisdom saving throw? Charisma saving
Charisma.
throw.
Charisma.
Okay.
Are snakes charismatic?
He rolls a natural 20
God, son of a.
and
be
resists
a
your
yes.
bane. Go ahead, make an insight check for me, Spoot, real quick.
I would love to.
Cool.
That's actually my
With
passive.
a 16, you get that there is something about this creature that gives it an edge against magic.
Okay. Good to know. Who's near me? I can pass a knowledge to.
I mean, just shout it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna shout it. I've lost sight of Greg, but I'm gonna shout out that I don't know if spells are gonna be as useful against this creature, and I'm gonna hit it with my spiritual weapon.
All right, make the attack roll. A 16 will hit. Go ahead, do damage.
Woohoo!
Oh wait, no,
that's
that's your
my
insight
insight.
check.
Good to know that a 16
Okay.
will hit. Will a 12 hit?
A 12 will
Oh.
not hit, however. It blocks the mace with, or the club with the scimitar.
But
Hmm.
question.
Yeah.
His
Dungeon
really
Master.
hot scimitar.
Did it get its
My-
disadvantage on that save, by the way? Doesn't it get...
It does have from
the heat metal? The tax and something.
Attacks and ability checks.
attacks and ability
Okay.
checks, not saving
Not
throws.
saving throws.
Sorry. Great. Cool.
Question, if I may.
Yeah.
Because of my feature with the wolf totem,
Mhm.
does that happen at all with the spiritual weapon?
Spiritual weapons do not count as creatures, so it does not give, grant, or get advantage.
Okay, gotcha.
The glass guy might.
I believe
Maybe.
thrust combat.
Yeah. Speaking of, it is Relgan's turn.
Push.
You mean Matthew
Lord.
Murdoch?
Push.
Yeah. Who has been pushed in a direction. He kind of slowly makes his way until he gets a sense that he is and he makes his perception check. Okay. Yeah, he knows when he gets within range of this creature, and he makes a couple of attacks with his glass short sword. Missing on the first attack, but hitting on the second for a fairly deep cut against this creature.
Yeah, get it, class
Yeah.
guy.
Aetis, it is now your turn.
Awesome. I'm actually gonna cast Hunter's Mark for the first time. Or no, I think like the second or third.
It's been a while since you've done it, but yeah, you can cast Hunter's Mark on him. Boom.
I don't think you can save from that one.
No, there is no save on Hunter's Mark. You just got to concentrate on it.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna shoot him.
Yeah, go for it. Oh yeah, 25 will hit. Your attacks aren't a disadvantage, right?
No, not yet.
Okay,
That's
good.
on the third level.
That's third level of exhaustion. Cool. Your speed is just halved.
I'm only at 2.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, a 25 will indeed hit this creature.
So it's not force damage, so it's just 11 piercing
All right.
plus another 4.
All right, fantastic. Well done. It is now the creature's turn. It's going to swing out again with its kind of lower body, the tail section, and it's going to attempt to entrap Relgan. However, disadvantage on the attack, so that's a 10, which misses. Relgan is just too sturdy for this creature to wrap its tail around somehow. So instead, it's going to reach out to try to bite. Bite defect. You're lucky it's a disadvantage. It's a 21 to hit.
Still hits, but I'm guessing the other number was a nat 20.
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Great.
You're welcome, Defect.
So that would be 5 piercing reduced to 2.
All right.
And then 6 poison damage reduced to 3 because you're Warforged and therefore resistant to poison. And then it swings its scimitar towards you, Defect, in frustration.
Mm-hmm.
However, at disadvantage, that's a 12. All right. So that brings us to Greg.
Great. Greg's gonna say, ha, and gonna screw it. Bring out the Eldritch Cannon. Pull
All
out
right.
Chomper. In Force Ballista mode? Yeah.
All right.
And attack.
There's your little chomper.
Got Chomper. Well, that's only a 12.
A 12 will not hit, unfortunately.
Sad face.
Okay, great. Anything else?
I think that's all.
All right. So this bit of arcane energy goes pew into the rocks, sending chips flying everywhere. Carolee, you hear that familiar sound of Grig's little weird hand thing. It's your turn. What would you like to do?
Cool. Well, first, with my bonus action, he's still holding that damn sword. So.
He is. All right, so he will take 8 points of damage from it.
2d8.
Yeah. We like it. Brings me joy.
And he makes another saving throw, right?
I believe he can. What have I done with the thing? Yeah.
Like anytime you
Yes.
repeat the spell, he gets to make another saving throw
Against
dropping it.
I think so. Yeah.
Cool. And it's a Constitution save.
Constitution save.
And what is your spell DC?
Oh, I don't know.
If you go to spells, it's right in the middle of your character sheet above spells.
Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. 13.
Okay, so he resists it. So he gets to maintain grip on his weapon.
Yes, but he gets to continue to have disadvantage.
That is true.
Good for him.
Oh, yay.
All right.
Cool. So that's a bonus action. So for
Yep.
my actual action, I'm going to throw a healing word at Defect.
All right. Boom,
Nice.
Defect, get
Bonus
5
action.
points. Oh wait, healing word's a bonus action. You've already used a bonus action.
You
Oh,
casted it?
bugger!
I don't know.
Everything's
Is
a
that an
bonus
option?
action! Bugger.
Which is weird, because normally it's the other thing that... It's an action
I
that
don't
people
have
have.
actions. All I have is bonus actions.
Can you? I don't. Yeah, I didn't actually. That's good to think about. I didn't know if you could.
Welcome to balance, everybody.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
can you choose to cast a bonus action as an action?
No.
Sorry, Defect. I tried.
Just
You have other spells. Do you want to attempt
Um,
one of those? Although you are concentrating on heat metal at the moment.
I'm concentrating on heat metal, so no, I'm just gonna stay here behind my pillar.
you could try frostbite again,
Okay.
Oh, I could try frostbite again.
so it never hurts.
Yeah, you want to beak out and go after it? Okay.
Yeah, why not?
All right, you duck out and cast a
Doop.
thing out,
Cast.
and once again the frost hits it and bounces off to no effect.
Fair.
Defect, it is your turn.
Yes. Reckless attack. Great axe.
Go for it.
Okay. 23, but 7 points.
Yeah, you cut it again. All right, Spoot, it is your turn. Right, and you've been attacking recklessly, so...
Unmute. I would like to check on Defect.
Yeah, make a medicine check. Yeah.
Oh.
He looks a little banged up. He's not like on death's door, but he's been banged up a little bit.
Okay. You'll be fine. To cast instead. Oh wait, no, that's gonna get kind of. Did I just mess up last time by casting a spell as an action, then using a spell as a bonus action?
No, it's a bonus action to attack with your spiritual weapon, remember.
Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't I have a brain fart. I'm stupid. In that case, I would like to cast Bless on. Let's do the 3 nearest. So that'll be Defect and Matthew Murdoch and.
His name is Relgan.
Sigrid. What's that?
His name is Relgan.
Helgen.
And are you blessing Greg as well?
I was gonna bless Greg, and I can't determine whether I need to be able to see Greg. It doesn't specify.
You do not need to be able to see a creature according to bless.
That's It
I
does.
mean, you
Okay.
know they're there.
Or do you want to bless Chompers?
Can you bless
Chompers is not a creature.
I don't think I can bless Chompers. I will bless Greg instead.
All right.
And then as
Notably, the
my
creatures don't have to be willing.
bonus action, I will swing that spiritual weapon on.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, an 18 will definitely hit it, and it takes 7 points of damage. All right.
That's
Nice. That brings us to... That brings us to Relgan, who tries to see if he can see where this thing is. He can. He can figure it out. So he'll make 2 attacks on it.
Does he get advantage from the wolf totem, or what's the distance on that?
So here's the funny thing. Defect knows that his connection... Well, I'm going to say you don't know. That's what I'm going to say.
Uh-huh.
Do I know? Do I sense something off with his...
So here's the thing. He actually hits the creature twice for a lot of damage, actually.
I gotta get me one of these glass short swords.
Yeah.
Right.
He does a lot of damage to the creature. Defect, make an insight check for me.
Nat 20.
With a natural 20, you get the sense that it's all him, baby. It has nothing to do with you. In fact, you can sense that your primal awareness of the creature that you chose to bond to, for whatever reason, it's not there at the moment.
Okay,
Oh,
that's fair.
Like, it's not emanating from you.
Now we know.
Aetis, it is your turn.
I'm going to try to shoot him again.
Yeah, go for it.
A +7 that can't hit, so it's great. 22.
22 will absolutely hit.
Thank God. So that's 9 force damage, plus another 2.
Okay, great. So that's 11 points of damage. Very nice. Yeah, he's looking real rough.
Elliot!
It is now its turn. It makes another attempt to constrict with its tail. However, disadvantage, it misses Relgan. So it's going to bite towards Defect again. That's a 25 to hit.
Yes.
So that is 10 points of piercing damage reduced to 5, and 13 points of poison damage reduced to 6. And then Scimitar is a 26 to hit, or 13 points of slashing damage reduced to 6.
Okay.
Greg, it is your turn.
Cool. Right quick. How bad is my best friend?
Make a medicine check.
11?
He's hurt. He doesn't look like he's dying, but he's hurt.
Okay.
He's been bit and slashed by this scimitar a couple times.
Cool. Well, with the same check, can I compare, like, how bad is the snaky thing versus how bad is Defect?
It would be another check.
Okay. Do we have time to do that?
No, not really.
Okay,
Not
cool.
without sacrificing something.
Cool. Well, let's say my friendo is okay for now. Oops, wrong button. My little cannon is going to hit with a nat 20.
Yes, it will.
And
Go, little cannon,
I'm
go.
gonna firebolt.
And so that's
Same creature.
15 points of force
15
damage.
points of force damage. And then
Okay.
I firebolted, but it was only a 13.
A 13 does not hit.
Oh, sad.
Oh, and the snaky dude gets shoved 5 feet into a pillar.
Yeah, he does. He gets shoved back. into there. He looks really, really rough. Carely, you hear a big explosion and kind of a push back.
Yeah.
It's your turn. What would you like to do? And
Uh,
when he pushed back, he did drop the scimitar.
fair. In that case, let's try some frostbite again.
All right. He will make a Constitution saving throw. He rolls a 19.
Yep. So he managed to avoid that 1 point of cold damage.
He did.
It's rather chilly.
Yeah. And now, since I no longer have that bonus action of the sword, I'm going to send Defect some healing word.
All right. So you drop your concentration on the heat metal. Defect, you get 9 points of health back.
Right.
And it is your turn.
I'll take a step closer. Reckless attack.
Yep.
And great act. And hopefully finish the fight. For 11 points of damage.
Yeah. Great. So what does it look like when you kill this thing, Defect?
Oh, excellent. All right. So with a swing of my axe, I just cut through its midsection all the way through until I feel the stone wall behind it.
All right. Yeah, you cleave right in, and it goes. Your axe hitting into the stone behind it. It looks at you and snarls and hisses, and it just kind of reaches towards you, and then like its body like slides away as the top half falls to the ground. And so shortly thereafter, do you just like stand there and be like, haha, I killed this thing, or are you gonna hang out there or what?
No. Defect is not
That's
one
the
of
body.
those. Noticing that his battle tactics did not work with Relgan, is it?
Yep.
Right.
Who,
I will...
by the way, like for a second looks like he can't see anything, but then he gets something back and makes 2 attacks on you.
But is it his turn? Shouldn't Spoot come in, save the day?
I mean, technically, yes. Spoot, it is your turn.
Great. Now that the enemy is vanquished, I do feel that is. Yes.
I will say that you see this thing go down, but that is all that you really know that's happening.
Right. I will venture forward though, because I feel that I was left in charge of this thing, and
Wow, thing.
I moved to there. Well, we don't really know what's afflicted him.
His pronouns are he, him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, to him. And so here I am, and I'm going to try to, I don't know, give the same touch that I used on his arm earlier to let him know that we're moving.
All right. Go ahead.
Knowing that this is...
Yeah. Yeah, you reach your arm out and kind of like touch his hand and like put his hand on your arm. And he's going to make a check on that. Yep, he identifies you. So.
Yay!
Excellent.
So that alternate reality where Spoot got slashed by, or where Defect got slashed by a glass sword does not occur.
Yeah.
Cool, and we can drop initiative there.
Loot body.
I was about to start panicking.
Yeah, because a creature that he was fighting suddenly disappeared, and then something came back, so you would have thought
Yeah,
it was
that's
a thing.
totally fair.
Sure, he is blind and deaf.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he can't hear or see anything that's going on. So
No.
I mean, honestly, had he hit Spoot, Spoot would not have blamed him. He took the risk when he approached him.
Yeah. Great. So yeah, you can investigate the body.
Yes.
Finding on him, what you find is a small bag or satchel that has a few rough-cut semi-precious stones in it. Very similar to the ones that you found on Yuan Ti in the in the Serpent Lands. And you find that big scimitar, which is a little too big for anybody to really use effectively, as well as an equally large longbow, which none of you could really wield effectively either.
I can't wield it effectively.
It is literally too large for you. It's like 10 feet tall. Yeah.
I use my arms to pull the string back and my feet to aim it.
you full Wile E. Coyote it.
Wait,
Yeah.
does it? But there is a style of longbow used in, I believe.
Yeah, that's not what this is.
Yeah, no, it's not like that.
If anyone got hit with some of that frostbite and needs to warm them up, warm their fingers up, the scimitar is probably also still radiating some residual heat.
Right.
Yeah.
Things don't cool that quickly in the desert.
Speaking of, it is starting to get dark now.
Well, I guess we should camp somewhere.
Maybe not with the body.
Yeah. You can find a place to
Maybe just outside of the ravine.
yeah. You can make your way out of the ravine, no problem.
No problems guiding Reagan.
No, not at all.
Robin?
Once he's kind of, I assume Aetis comes over and says, we fought a thing, but it's dead now. And
Giant snake person.
Relgan nods and taps back to you a rough description of what the creature looks like in kind of a questioning manner.
Is it accurate or is it not accurate?
It's pretty accurate from what you can tell. He replies, Yuan Ti.
Yes.
Powerful one. Good job.
Just kind of tap him on the shoulder like you two.
We have some experience.
It ain't our first snake person.
Yeah, no, you guys did great.
I'll
Well
go tap
done.
Hello again. Hello.
He's like,
he kind of looks in your general direction and kind of waves with his free hand.
I kind of do like, Greg, I really wish you would warn me before you do that.
Sorry. I like this guy.
I do too, but I would not blame him one bit if he's hit me.
Yeah, it's fine. I know how to say hello.
He's a little bit of a hair trigger.
Can we take a look at, can I
All right.
call Defect over to have a look-see at his wounds?
Yeah.
Defect, how are you feeling?
I am feeling like I took, and Defect will stand there, kind of analyze his body. Almost 50% body damage.
Diagnostic report, 50%.
Yeah.
How much more traveling do we think we will be doing, Aetis?
I think the goal is to camp.
But it's dark soon, right? So
Then, if we are camping immediately, then I feel safe to let. You know what? What the heck? We're going to be camping anyway. So just in case, I'm going to give some healing word too.
I mean, I'm very tired. I just want to go to sleep.
I agree.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Maybe not necessary, but in case something surprises us, I would rather not lose a Defect.
That's a good idea. I can take first watch.
Great.
I'm awake.
So you guys have gotten out of the ravine. You set up your tent. What are you doing with Relgan? Is he going to go in tent with you, or
Can he sleep?
you don't know?
I mean, I'm talking to Aetis. Can he sleep, Aetis?
I'll just start asking the questions like, do you sleep? Because we need to sleep.
He taps back. Understood. Haven't needed to sleep since storm.
Oof.
Okay.
Must be very.
You can sit and watch with me.
Could possibly go wrong.
Why doesn't he just sit out front and be with whoever's taking watch?
Did he take a?
Do you want to sleep by fire or in tent? Or do you want to sit near fire or in tent?
He shrugs in such a way and taps back to you. It doesn't matter.
I'll sit him by the fire.
All right, you sit him down, and he just kind of sits there. As you go to leave, he grabs your arm real quick and just taps out, Aetis. Thank you. It's been so long.
Aww.
Nothing but solitude. It's been maddening.
I'll just tap back. I can't imagine. I'm so sorry.
And he kind of nods.
Aetis, perhaps you should also teach me if I'm going to be leading him. Maybe a couple of quick and easy commands that I might can give him.
We'll probably all learn a few just so he knows us so that he doesn't attack us when we walk up to him.
I can do it quickly. I really want to go to bed.
No, not now. You rest. But before we embark tomorrow.
Okay. Aetis will crawl into the tent and just immediately you hear snoring.
All right. Who else is exhausted? Is Defect? Are you exhausted too?
Yeah. Yes.
All right. So that leaves three of us to watch.
I'm not so good in the middle of the night. I think first watch or the morning is better for my eyes, I'm afraid.
I can take the middle of the night. I get dark vision.
Cool.
So how many watches are you going to do then? And are you making a campfire, or are you just setting it up?
I think we're just setting up camp.
Yeah, no fire.
All right, cool.
Do we have enough people to do a full watch, or do I need to replace Grig on first watch?
We need 4 people.
Sounds like we don't have 4. I wish I had dark vision, but I do not.
Rest to remove a level of exhaustion, so do the others. I have 2, so I'm fucked either way.
Defect only needs 6 hours, I believe, of downtime.
Yeah. Yeah, you could easily take the third watch, Defect.
Okay.
But you don't see in the dark, do you?
No.
No.
So we should maybe give him the 4th watch.
Yeah, you could give him the 4th watch. And the other 3 who are not the other 3 who are not exhausted can rotate watches tonight.
Mm-hmm. Well, that could be first and Defect last. Does that make the most sense for those of us without dark vision?
Yeah.
While there's sunlight in the...
Yeah, it'll still be dark. I assume we're not stopping.
For the last watch, you mean? It'll still be dark?
For the first.
Oh, the first. Yeah, it is dark now, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't really make a difference. We'll just have to generally be perceiving.
Yeah, and maybe with Broken, we can sense some things. Well, let's do it. Grig's first. You wake whoever you want to watch next.
Before I do shut down, I will ask Grig for my totem back.
Oh, did it do something?
I did notice something during combat earlier in the day. I had given Rogan all this advantage to do cool stuff, but he did not partake.
He did not partake. Like it's his fault.
He didn't get the message.
Make it sound like you're offering him brownies.
You think you gotta have this in you to do it? So it'll be appealing? Hell no?
No, it's true. And granted, the man is blind and cannot see, but certainly I gave him advantage in battle to do damage to the snake man thing.
Okay. That's like normally what the
So
totem does?
with the totem, he would have picked up on it.
Hmm. Interesting. Okay, here you go. Did it like feel different, or did you just think about this? Did you notice? How did you notice? Did you like physically feel a difference, or was it just analyzing the situation and looking around?
Moments of clarity during battle, where my senses heightened to such a degree that I could see into the matrix.
Whoa.
Defect starts
Oh,
talking
another thing
gibberish, and
about
you
the
have no
knife.
idea what he's talking about.
Have
I'm
you?
exhausted, so I could also use some rest. The little like compartment opens up. Defect puts it into his chest. It shuts down. He's like, I need to rest.
Okay, good night.
Cool. All right. Spoot, you're on first watch, I believe, yes?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Well, you tell me.
That doesn't matter. I think we decided it doesn't really matter who. If
Okay.
if it already called first watch, then they can just wake whoever wants to be next. We'll just take a chance.
Do you
Yeah.
torch lit, Spoot, before we go to sleep?
We lit a fire.
No, we didn't actually.
No?
No.
Oh, no, we did.
Yeah. No, we skipped it. You passed out. We're like, nah, no.
I went to sleep, so I wouldn't.
Yeah.
So it doesn't
Okay.
matter.
Cool. So that being the case, it is dim light because of the light from the moon and the stars and whatever, and it's pretty open. It does cool down a little bit, but it's still like very hot in the desert, so it's still this weird, ever omnipresent heat. But you can go ahead, make a perception check for me. Spoot. Okay. Spoot, you hear something coming towards you. Like the sounds of multiple feet. And you swear you hear yeah. Very faint little
Does the laugh sound like a familiar creature?
Make a nature check. Or a history check, your choice.
What the?
With a 7, no, you are unsure about what it is. But you can just barely hear it coming towards you.
I'm going to put an arm out gently on Rogan's arm.
Okay.
Try to let them know that I'm close. Maybe like a similar touch to like that we need to move. But we're not going to move. I think they'll figure it out. And I'm going to go wake Rig.
Okay.
Every time.
Rig.
All right. So you go to wake Grig.
Psst. Can I do that with the beak? I don't know if I can do that with the beak.
Sure, you can do it. It's fine.
Rig, something's on the way. I don't know if I recognize the sound. Perhaps we need another person ready.
Okay.
It's laughing. It sounds small, no offense.
Well, because of a different size of voice boxes and diaphragm. Smaller
Yes,
creatures-
and footsteps.
Okay.
But there's more than one.
Okay.
I don't know if maybe
Bold.
sneak off to get a higher vantage point somewhere. I can't see.
I will just like sneak out of the tent and look around with my little jeweler's hammer ready.
If they come
Cool.
too close, I'm gonna make a light.
Cool.
Okay.
So you stick your head out of the tent just in time to see all these hyena-looking creatures
Oh,
laying into Relgan, who has only just been able to stand up, hasn't been able to draw his sword yet, but they are all biting and slashing at him with short swords. And we're going to take a short 5-minute break.
Well,
God.
It'll be fine.
Towards the tent with you.
Yeah, it's almost as if, like, you know, there's other things in this desert, which is crazy.
I tried to give Relgan a clue to be alert without
Yeah, no, you did, but
confusing them.
he is blind and deaf.
I thought some of the other senses would kick in.
I taught you the command for enemies.
Did you?
Yeah, the like 2 aggressive taps on his shoulder.
Whack, whack.
You attempted that with Grig,
Grig.
couldn't really get it across. Didn't
I
quite
like
get
the
there with
full word
Spook.
for enemies.
I didn't even check it. I didn't know you were trying. I didn't even roll anything for that. So sorry.
Oh, we made our own custom one.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Well, then I totally missed that. Sorry.
Anyway.
Anyway, we will be right back, everybody.
Woohoo!
So we'll be back in 5 minutes. Thanks, everyone. Hello, everyone. We are back, and we are about to roll some initiative in just one moment here. Let me show our lovely players what is going on. Boom.
Poor Ralph.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Is this within...
You have stuck your head out, and you just see all of these creatures just laying in around poor Relgan. He looks like he's taken not all of the hits. A lot of them are bouncing off of him, but they're all like biting or slashing him with short swords. So everyone who is conscious can go ahead and roll initiative.
Which I think is just me and Spoot.
At the
Yeah.
moment, it is just you and Spoot. Yes.
Okay.
As a Warforged, I
Yeah,
should be able to hear
Yeah.
and whatnot.
So you can make an initiative roll, but this is
Okay.
going to be weird, but I'm going to have it be a disadvantage. So roll initiative twice, and we'll take the lower one. Which won't really affect anything. It just may affect where in your turn.
Of course.
Aetis is unconscious. Cool. So we'll give you a 4 for your initiative.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Fuck.
With my passive perception of 21, or am I just too tired?
You're exhausted and unconscious and asleep.
Okay.
No initiative for you.
So yeah, not this time. Yeah. So the noise either has to be loud enough to wake somebody up, which it hasn't been yet, or someone has to take the action to wake up another person. But Relgan is the first one who goes. Greg, you watch as some of the wounds he appears to have taken kind of fill up and close over with glass.
It's kind of cool.
But then he kind of looks around and makes 2 attacks on one of these creatures in front of him with his glass short sword. He does hit both times, cutting pretty deeply into this one right in front of him here. It is then the... well, Greg, you would recognize them. They are gnolls.
Okay.
So...
Things that killed Carolee.
Yeah. So it attempts to bite him to no effect. However, oof. One short sword bounces right off. The second one finds some weak point and cuts very deeply into Relgan. The next one also attempts to bite and makes 2 short sword attacks. The bite is the only thing that lands, dealing some damage to him. The third one and 2 attacks. Again, the bite just manages to get in there. This one, a bite and a short sword, manages to do some damage. The next one, yeah, does even more damage. Relgan looks really rough as we go to the last gnoll. And Relgan gets just like pile bombed by these things and just and falls down completely prone
Dear.
and is no longer moving.
Great. The guy's been kicking around for 1,000 years and we kill him the first night.
You don't know what's going to happen because he's made of glass, but these things have seemingly killed him. However, they have not noticed that you've stuck your head out yet, Greg, and it is your turn.
Okay. Are they actually on top of him, or?
They're like surrounding him like you would if you were like all piling up on one person.
Okay, they're just like all around him, beating up on him. They're not like on him. So
Yeah.
if I did a thunder wave in to hit here in my 15-foot, like to catch these two.
Yeah.
Cool. I will do that. Will I do that? Yep. Screw it, I'm doing it.
Yeah, you want to get these guys here?
Yep.
Cool.
DC 14.
All right.
It's also very loud.
Yeah, which is good because it'll definitely that will definitely wake up your friends. They both fail.
All right, they get 5 damage and they get boofed backward.
Boof.
Move 10 feet.
Yeah. Yeah, this one who Relgan attacked, this guy, definitely looks in really rough shape. And they get 5 feet back, is that what you said?
10.
10 feet back. Right, they get blasted back to there. Very cool.
And then I'm just gonna like scamper just to the side to like make sure that they can get out of the tent.
Okay, so you ponk off to the side of the tent there. That's all. That's all you want to go. Because you have your full movement. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, no, I think that is all I want to go.
Okay. Aetis and Carely, you can roll initiative at this point because you have been awoken, but you won't get to act until next turn.
Apparently, I didn't select my token first.
That's okay. I'll just yell at you.
In my defense, I was asleep.
You were.
What the hell's going on out there?
Keep it down.
Cool. Who has the higher dex out of Defect and Carely? Is it Carely?
Man.
Surprisingly, I think it's Defect.
+2.
+2 as well.
All right, great. Fine, we're going to go alphabetical. Because Defect was actually able to wake up. So, Spoot, it is your turn. You see all of your friends, their eyes fly open at the sound of the big kaboom from Greg.
My eyes are wide too. And I'm going to say, outside. Step outside.
Yep.
And
Yeah, you see Relgan down on the ground and all these creatures.
In a very meta moment, Spoot's going to wonder to himself, how does one play a wise character when they themselves are not wise?
Aww.
He's going to try to act quickly to make up for the fuck up that just occurred. Which means I'm going to be casting Spiritual Weapon.
Okay, great.
I'm going to put it in front of this guy.
All right. Bonk. There it is.
And then I'm going to stand in front of these guys.
All right.
And try to look imposing.
Okay. Go ahead, make your attack with your spiritual weapon.
It is waiting on you, DM.
Oh, look at that. There it is. Boom. Cool. And just FYI, you should be able to move it and everything. You should have control of it. And it's got a 10-round countdown on it. So
very cool. Bam. Bam.
But yeah, a 19 a 19 will hit it for 8 force damage. Oh!
And it no longer looks like a space needle.
Defect, it is your turn.
All right. So I'm going to move down.
Yeah, so you needed to use half your movement to stand up because you were prone.
Okay. Then I will use my action to dash here.
All right.
Uh-oh.
We seem to have lost your audio and video, Mike.
You have a defect.
Yeah, weird.
Reboot.
Yeah, that's super weird. Huh.
Internet.
Weird, but he hasn't dropped from the call, so that's just very strange.
Oh, well.
There
he goes. There he goes. Say it, and it will happen. Oh, here he comes. All right.
Yay!
So you have moved, and you used your action to move there. What do you do? Are you bonus action raging?
Yes.
All right. Ciao. All right. Carolee, you have been. Oh no, you don't. You're waking up, so you will act on the next round. Which the next round actually starts now with Aetis. So you have on your turn you can, but Aetis just rolled a really high initiative and you rolled a really low one. So you have been awoken and told that something is outside Knowles, it sounds like, and you are prone in your sleeping bag.
I would like to use 7.5 feet.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can essentially move 15 feet, so.
And then I would like to step 7.5 feet
towards the door.
Great. Great. You can make it to like
2 steps.
You can make it to like here as you kind of shamble towards the door. You can use your action to make another 15 feet of movement.
I hate it so much. I will do that.
All right. So go ahead. Yeah, you step outside and you can see Relgan out on the ground. Various bits of like damage to him. Weirdly, it seems like he's been wounded, but there's no like broken glass or bleeding or anything. He's just seems unconscious, sort of prone on the ground in a weird way. But that is your turn. Next is Relgan's turn. He stays on the ground. The Knolls then turn. The first Knoll is going to go after Spoot. That is a 19 to hit with his bite attack.
Yeah, that's my armor class.
All right, so you take 3 points of piercing damage. And then 2 attacks with his short sword that do not hit. You manage to block with your little shield.
Mighty buckler.
Yeah, that too. This one down here goes after Defect, because you're right there, buddy. That's a 23 to hit for 4 points of piercing damage, reduced to 2.
All right.
And the short sword attacks just glance off of your body with no damage. This guy right here is going to attempt to bite and slash into Spoot, but to no avail whatsoever. Oh, Spoot. Never mind. Spiritual weapon is not a concentration spell.
It's not.
Handy. These guys rush towards the others.
Oh dear.
Oh boy.
One is going to attempt to... What's your armor class, Grig?
I think 15, I'm waiting.
A
Yes.
15. So the bite and the first sword attack miss. The second sword attack, however, is an 18 and hits you for 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Unless you use a reaction to shield.
Okay. Oops.
Okay. Great. The second one around you misses with the bite and with both swords, and actually rolls a critical fail on the second short sword attack. And is so excited, and it's like, oh, we get to get a goblin. It just like messes up and falls totally prone right there. Pachow. The one rushes up to Aetis, attempts to bite Aetis. That's a 21 to hit.
Cool.
Yeah.
For 5 points of piercing damage. And then a 7 and a 14 to hit for the short sword attacks. Great. Greg, it is your turn.
Medicine check on Relgan.
Sure, go for it.
14.
Cool. With a 14, it's hard to tell because he's made of glass. But he's not bleeding. He's just on the ground, not moving.
Okay, but like, can I tell like his face, like slack-jawed or anything? You know what I mean?
Yeah, his facial features have the context of one who is unconscious.
Okay. Cool. Then I will disengage with my goblinness.
Yep.
And scamper over here. And touch a cure wounds. Let's try it.
Cool.
1 point.
Cool. What level are you casting at? Just first level?
Just first level. That's the only spell slots I have.
All right. So you reach out and touch Relgan, and the magic doesn't stick to him.
Damn it! He's unconscious, but I can't heal him.
Yeah.
I scream.
Weird about that.
Oh no, says Spoot.
Yeah, I only have first level spells. And then I will just continue with my disengaged to come over here.
All right, you scamper off and discover you can't heal him, and so leave him there. Spoot, it is your turn.
I have made a terrible mistake. I'm not entirely sure if this will do anything at all, but I must try it as Spoot. I'm going to reach out and spare the dying on them. On Logan.
All right, you reach out and touch his body, and you feel those kind of healthful necromantic energies to kind of ward off an unconscious creature reflect back at you.
You're right. There's nothing we can do for him.
Too low, too low. No, I think I'm just too weak.
So I don't know if there's something I can do here. Is there can insight in some way help me to see if
you can make an Arcana check.
Should have just put him in the bag.
Okay,
Nice.
so with a 20, Spoot, you get the sense that whatever turned him into glass has affected him in some deep way where magics bounce off of him to some degree.
Okay. Yeah, I will.
And you don't know how powerful magic you would need to affect him, but the cantrip certainly didn't cut it.
Gotcha. Yeah, well. Yes, I say back to Greg. Yes, I don't know. It will take a lot more magic than we're throwing at him to have any effect. But with that, should I assume that I have expended my action with those checks?
Well, the cantrip was your action.
Oh, right, the cantrip. Yeah, of course.
But you have your bonus action.
I have a bonus action.
And you have your spiritual weapon, and there is
You have a weapon.
a prone dude bro right there.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to hit that guy.
Cool. Make your attack with advantage. 19 will absolutely hit for 10 points of force damage. Boom. Defect, that brings us to you.
Yeah. I want
Weapons
to
and
help
pain.
out.
Whop.
Damn. Yes.
I'm gonna target this guy with my great axe. I'll use my reckless attack.
Yep.
Swing.
Go for it.
Oh wow!
Oh, wow. A 7 will
Lucky.
not hit, unfortunately.
They got you, did.
Yay, advantage.
Dang. All right. Well,
Yeah. That was a rough one. Carolee, you are awake and can now get up and join your friends. You hear what is obviously a fight and commotion outside.
Cool.
You stand up for half your movement.
Cool. And I'm basically gonna come to the door of the tent.
Yeah,
And,
you pop your head out, and there is a knoll right there.
Cool.
Shillelagh.
Oh yeah. This is why I had a shillelagh. I'll whack him.
Yeah, absolutely. A 10, however, is not enough to damage this individual. Cool. Anything else? Bonus action?
No.
Oh no, the bonus action was casting the spell, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's an
I
attack.
always forget that because it's a thing. That brings us back to the top with Aetis.
Spell on the quarterstaff.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Cool. So that brings us back to Aetis at the top of the round.
Aetis will move here and kind of just like very angry at what they did with Relgan. He's going to go into a rage, but not get the benefits of it.
Yeah, you get
Ranger Rage.
Hey, Deconstruction, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my short sword that I haven't used in a long time.
Yeah.
Hey, look, we're flanking them.
Yeah, a 21 will absolutely hit. Go ahead, do that beautiful slashing damage.
So 8 piercing plus...
Yep.
Another 1 force.
All right. Yeah. 9 points of damage.
Every little bit helps.
Wonderful. All right. Next up, Relgan on the ground. And then the gnolls. Okay. First gnoll goes after Spoot with a bite. That's a 23 to hit. That is 6 points of piercing damage. Critically fails his first short sword attack.
Yay.
Ends up stabbing his buddy over here as it glances off your shield. And then that's a 23 to hit with a second short sword attack for another 4 points of slashing damage. This one down here against Defect, the bite at advantage is a 16 to hit, which misses, I believe. And then 2 short swords attack, both of which hit with a 22, for a total of 11 points of piercing reduced to 5 from its short sword. Third one over here kind of snaps and yowls in pain at the other one after it stabbed him because it was utterly rude to do. Attempts to
slash your friends.
Attempts to bite and slash at Spoot. However, the bite misses, but the short sword 22 on both attacks for a total of 10 points of piercing damage between them.
I made a mistake.
This guy up here
Calculation.
chases after Greg for a bite attack.
Does spiritual weapon get an attack of opportunity?
It does not.
That's a good. Yeah, I was like, that's a good question.
Yeah, no, it does not. It is
If it was concentration, it would.
yeah, maybe it might. So a bite, that's a 17 to hit Grig, which for 6 points of damage, and then a 13 to hit with a short sword, and a 20 to hit.
Yes.
For another 4 points of piercing damage. This guy on the ground stands up and goes after Aetis with a bite and 2 short swords. The second short sword would hit with a 23 for 5 points of piercing damage. You're managing to fend off the other attack and the bite. However, the guy that you hit also goes after you with a 10 to bite. You manage to block him. A 15 and an 18 to hit with the short swords, though.
Yep.
Oof, that's a total of 11 piercing damage from the short swords.
Half to 5.
You're not that kind of rage. You're just really annoyed and angry right now.
And tired.
Extra guyliner.
Greg, it is your turn.
I used my
Guyliner
roll
is
for the
weird.
guyliner this time.
I'm gonna scream, split them up! Right? Didn't this happen last time? Split them up! And, yeah, I'm gonna disengage.
Okay.
Scamper this way. See, is that all my movement to get there? No, it's not. Great. I will disengage, scamper this way, and because I'm flanking, I will firebolt, but at a straight roll.
Sure, yeah.
23.
A 23 will absolutely hit.
It's like we practiced, Defect. 7 fire damage.
All right, yeah, it gets toasty, and some of the fur chars off and burns away.
Cool, and then I will just scamper back with the rest of my movement.
Yep. And Spoot, it is your turn.
I'm gonna take a chance here, and I'm gonna cast Bane on this guy, and this one.
Okay, they all fail.
Yes!
Ooh.
So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of rolls for you, Jared. Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's actually really it's actually really easy to do that in that case.
Ah, good.
So all 3 of these fail, and these turtles start swimming around them, kind of like blinding them with light, and they're a little like, wah!
Bonking into their head every now and then.
Are they awkward turtles?
They are super awkward turtles, annoying these gnolls as they are beating them up.
I am
cool.
Tactician, but okay, so that was that. And then I will use my bonus action for the mace to continue to smack this guy.
All right, go for it.
Yes, I do have to do that, don't I? Boom.
Yeah, an 18 definitely hits for 12 points of force damage. Yeah, that guy looks pretty beat up.
I think you found your thing now.
Yeah.
You can't Sacred Flame, but you can Spiritual Weapon.
If I could crack my knuckles, I would.
Yeah, and Defect, it is your turn.
If you had knuckles.
I'm an idiot. Never mind.
Same thing as before. Reckless attack against this guy here.
This one up top?
Yes, right there.
Okay, cool. Go for it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, natural
Oh, yeah.
20. For 11 points of damage, you cleave right through this thing, bisecting, cleaving through the shoulder, almost lopping off the body and the head and other shoulder. It is dead on the ground.
Oh, I love that. All right. step over his body, and that's it.
All right. Carolee, it is your turn.
Second.
Yeah, 19 will absolutely hit for 11 points of bludgeoning damage. Boom, right in the face.
Boom.
Bad dog.
Yeah. Anything else?
No.
Okay, great. Aetis, it is your turn.
Going to hack at that one again.
Yeah, go for it. $21 will absolutely hit. Go ahead, do damage.
7 piercing, plus another 5 force.
All right, for 12 damage, you slice through this thing, and it goes and falls over dead.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a waste of bane.
There's still one. Uh,
I'm just going to turn just menacingly and just very angry to the one that's getting wailed on by the spiritual weapon.
all right. Relgan's turn. Is just on the ground. The Knolls. This one is going to attempt. Going to move over here and attack. That's a 22 to get defect, or 6 points of piercing reduced to 3, and then a 20 and a 19.
Yes and yes.
For 13 total, reduced to 6 points of piercing damage. This one is going to go after you, Spoot. It's going to miss the bite attack. And it's going to miss both of its short sword attacks as well. It rolled really, really crappy, even without the D4.
Oh.
But yeah. This one scampers down after Grig. That's a 23 to hit for the bite for 3 points of piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
And the first short sword you manage to duck under, but on the return he kind of pulls it back and jabs it into your thigh with a 23 to hit for 7 points of piercing damage.
Cool. Oops, wrong button.
And
I meant to just turn that into it.
yeah, this guy up here attempts to bite Aetis because you're the dangerous one, misses the bite, tries to short sword you, and misses with both of them. Grig, it is your turn.
Cool. I am going to disengage.
Yep.
And I'm gonna. Can I climb up on this? Is this like 10 feet, 10 feet?
Yeah, they're 10 feet tall, either of these rocks. You climb at half speed though, so.
Okay. So then what? Getting up there is.
Yeah, just go ahead, make an athletics check for me.
Sure. 10?
Okay, with a 10 you can manage to get up there. It takes about 20 feet of your movement to get up there.
Okay.
So yeah, you can manage to get there, no problem.
All right, here. Then I'm actually gonna get up here.
Mhm.
And I will just rain down a firebolt upon this one that's already been hurt.
Cool.
And
Yeah.
scream, "Ow!" 23.
Yeah, 23 absolutely hits.
Cool. Only 4 damage.
For 4 points of fire damage. Fantastic. Spoot, it is your turn.
Okie dokie.
I'm bleeding everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, you absolutely see Grig on top of a
Very obviously bleeding.
and in pain. Yeah, they are not shy about screaming in pain.
Here's the thing. I definitely used my last spell slot.
Me too.
So,
Back it up.
Yeah, let me disengage and
Okay.
This way.
All right.
And maybe this way. And let me just do maximum. Let's see what happens. Sorry. I might move one. True. I lost my mouse.
Where are you trying to go?
I'm trying to get here, just put like in an arc.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
I can avoid, like, I realize that I'm very close now. But I'm still going to use this to do this. Wham, wham. And click the right button.
Oh yeah, spiritual weapon brains the knoll, smashing it to pieces.
When
Yeah.
has this been all my life?
Just smacks it right in the back of the head and is dead. Now, also remember, as part of your bonus action, you can move the spiritual weapon. I think, what is it, 20 feet?
Up to 20 feet?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not separate to do that. That's good to know.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's part of the bonus action.
I see. So in that case, I put it here.
Okay, great.
In front of his face.
Cool.
Yeah.
Blood
Fantastic.
of his friend dripping off of.
Yeah, this tortoise shell-shaped club mace thing is dripping with knoll blood at the moment, which is weird because it's
Cool.
also like spectral energy, so it's very strange. But Defect, it is your turn.
Awesome. I'm going to be reckless and attacking this one.
All right, go for it. He swings with a 24. Good thing you were reckless. For 7 points of damage. Cutting across this thing's arm. It goes. Arr! It's looking pretty rough at the moment.
All right. That's it.
All right, Carolee, it is your turn.
Yeah. Throw a dust devil here.
All right, that's a 10-foot radius.
It is it's 5 feet, and everything within 5 feet of it needs to make a strength saving throw.
Ah, great. Boom, boom. This one up here. With a D4. Yep, this one up here manages to succeed. This one down here, however, fails.
The failed one takes the bludgeoning damage and is pushed 10 feet.
All
The
right.
successful one would take half the damage, but that would be half a point. So
Yeah. So well, it always takes damage, so it takes the one.
Does it get
Cool.
damage from getting hit into the rocks?
No, it's not that strong. Very cool. Anything else, Carolee?
I'm gonna. Oh, I've got a bonus action. I'm gonna throw Greg some healing word since I can hear them moaning.
Cool. So,
Yay!
Greg, you get 4 points of healing action back.
Not dead yet.
And that brings us to Aetis.
Aetis is going to run up next to Defect and take a swing at this one.
All right, go for it. You took back your totem, right?
I did, yes.
Yep.
So you have advantage on the attack.
Mwahaha.
23.
23 will absolutely hit.
I feel like I'm rolling better with a short sword with a lower bonus on it. 4 piercing, plus another 4 force.
Ah, very nice. Yeah, you stab right into that thing. Boom. The gnolls going to see how. Yeah, they're confident that they can take you out. Yeah. These last three, they're like, yeah, we got this.
Mm.
Famous last words.
Yeah. Dude bro down in the bottom here goes to bite and short sword against defect. That is a 21 to hit on the bite
Yep.
for 6 points reduced to 3.
Mm-hmm.
A 22 on the first attack with a short sword
Okay.
for 5 points of piercing reduced to 2. And a 20 on the second attack with the third attack for 6 reduced to 3.
I'm still good.
All right. Next guy up here is going to attempt to make attacks on Aetis. The bite misses. The short sword misses. The second short sword is a 21 to hit.
Yep.
For 4 points of piercing damage. He rolled a 1 on the Bane. This guy, 5, 10, 15, 20, climbs the rock and comes after Grig. Attempts a bite attack. That's an 18 to hit for 5 points of piercing damage.
That's great.
Oof. And then it's a natural 20.
Mm.
So Grig, you take 10 more points of damage and fall prone and unconscious on the ground.
That's me. Epic, like.
Yeah, you all definitely see this one climb up and go, yeah! And just like lay into Grig down there.
Does Greg die like in a telenovela?
Oh yeah, they're just like.
Yes,
Eating.
the drama is for reals. Oh, we're getting some.
Well, now it's just 4 adventurers.
Right.
Now they definitely got us.
And Greg, it is your turn. I need you to make a death saving throw.
I can do that. 13.
That is a success. A 13 is good.
Woohoo!
You can do
Spoot, it is your turn.
Can I climb these rocks?
Absolutely. Make an athletics check.
Oh, I should cast guidance on myself.
You are concentrating on Bane, so if you want to. Yeah, no problem. You climb up. It uses 20 feet of your movement to climb it, but otherwise, no problem.
Oh, goodness. Okay. So where does that put me? Here, we say?
Yeah, you can be there.
So then with another 5 feet, I can be within touching range of
Absolutely, yes.
spare the dying.
Okay, great.
It didn't spare the dying.
All right. So you no longer need to make death saves, and you are stabilized at 0.
We shall just lay there.
All right. And you have your bonus action.
I do. I'm going to, if I can move and attack, then I'm going to move the spiritual weapon here. And
It's not quite. Well,
I
actually,
can go
10
up.
feet. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. It floats. Yeah.
it's 20 feet. Yeah, you're right, because up and over. I would have accepted it if you'd said no. Let's see. Let me do.
Yeah, no, from where it was, it could just make it to there, just barely.
Swap.
A 16 will hit it for 10 points of force damage. Oof.
I'm going to say,
Dang.
you stay back.
Solid hits with your very aggressive spiritual mace. Where has this mace
I know.
been all your adventuring life?
Where?
No, I've been
where?
sitting on that one, actually. I don't know why.
Well, we hadn't gotten Spoot angry yet.
That's true.
It's true.
Right.
And speaking of angry, Defect, it is your turn, and your little goblin buddy just got beat up by these bloody gnolls.
Same guys before. This one down here.
Yep.
Ruthless with my great axe. So there it is.
A 15 will hit, and you will purely decapitate this guy. Just like
15 damage.
Angry. All
Like-
right.
Rage.
you decapitate it in the middle of a laughing spree, so like the head is still laughing and making noises as it rolls away 4 feet away.
Excellent.
And then the body just like falls down.
You're gonna have to tell Greg about that one.
And then, let's see. I'll just shift over to here. I mean, from my vantage point, I could see that Spoot is up there.
Yeah, you can definitely see Spoot up there.
All right.
Hanging in there.
In the turtle club.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's this weird turtle club floating in front of him that's just like hitting
Wailing the hell out of it.
hitting everything apparently.
Yeah, just murdering.
As Ives Got It in chat likes to say, don't make Spoot angry. You wouldn't like him when he's angry.
Gets more green.
And with that, Carolee, it is your turn.
Let's send some frostbite against this guy here. Is that working?
Which one?
No.
This one?
That guy, yeah. There he is.
All right, he makes a Constitution saving throw. He fails.
So he takes that whopping one.
Yeah.
But he has disadvantage through its next turn.
All right, so he's also got disadvantage. Very cool, very cool. All right, that brings us up to Aetis.
Going to swat at this knoll.
Cool, you do have advantage because Defect is like a ragey, wolfy, harassing thing.
Murder hobo robot.
However,
11.
However, an 11 will not hit it. It manages to bob and weave out of the way.
Double 11s.
Yeah, that's rough.
A bonus action shove.
Yeah, right. Relgan unconscious on the ground. The Knolls, they still think they got this in the bags for some reason.
These Knolls are so wise.
It's like I said, it's just for adventurers.
Yeah, it turns on Defect because it saw you chop its buddy in half. Misses with the bite. What's your armor class? 19?
18.
18.
Remember, that guy has disadvantage.
Oh, then actually...
And he has the D4.
Oh, right. He has disadvantage. That's true. So, yeah, all of his attacks just miss. He's got all the crap on him. He's got no hope.
Yeah.
Noel...
He's cold, he's baned, he's all kinds of sad.
This other one moves around to get at Spoot. That's a might on the bit. A might on the bis. A miss on the bite. A miss on the first short sword, and a 20 on the second short sword for 5 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for Bane.
Aha! Oof.
A 10 is exactly what you needed. So.
Okay, good.
Yep.
Yay!
So good job there.
There's a feat for that, and I will take it.
Yeah, a little Warcaster.
Warcaster's the shit.
Yeah, it's a great one.
You can also use cantrips and spells.
All right, Grig is unconscious, which brings us directly to Spoot.
Okay, Spoot Smash. Well, just for dramatic effect, I will do the bonus action first.
All right. Go for it.
Ooh,
no. A natural one misses, and it just totally whiffs. Because it's an inanimate object, it doesn't actually critical fail, so.
Oh, good.
But that's your bonus action.
Half expected to hit me.
Some of the null blood.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Spatters some blood around.
Okay, well, here we go. Sacred Flame. Resorting to our old ways.
All right, it makes a dexterity saving throw. It fails and takes that 1 point of radiant damage.
Things have gone south so quickly.
And that brings us to Defect. Defect, it is your turn.
This guy right here.
Get up here, Defect.
Yeah, well, I'm getting there. Reckless with the great axe.
24 will absolutely hit for 11 points of damage.
Alright.
Carolee, it is your turn. You can see your friends wailing into these two gnolls that are remaining.
Actually, if I may, I'm
Yeah.
gonna just run and try to climb up this and onto this.
Okay,
I know-
make an athletics check, because it's definitely going to swing a short sword at you. It misses. With an... Oh, wait, you're raging. You have advantage on these, right?
Yeah, so 11.
Yep, so an
11.
11. So you just barely managed to get up there. But you get there, and that is where you end your turn.
Awesome.
All right, Carolee, it is your turn. You see this gnoll looking pretty rough. Aetis has been stabbing it with a short sword. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna climb over these bodies and whack it.
Yep, go for it. A 15 will absolutely hit it for 7 points of bludgeoning damage. It looks really rough. It's batting its eyes. It can barely hold on to what it is. It looks super, super rough. Yeah. Aetis, it is your turn.
Aetis will move behind the gnoll.
Yep.
And try to stab it in the back.
All right. With advantage. A 15 will hit it.
9 piercing.
Yeah.
With another 8 force.
Yeah, so you move behind it really quickly and take the point of your short sword and jab it straight through the back of its neck bone, and it pushes out the front of its throat, and it kind of gurgles and kind of slides off. It's dead. Good job.
Yay!
Spoon's just like, I'm about to die, but...
Then I will use my last 5 feet to get closer to Rogan.
All right. Who is on the ground dying out. Finally, this gnoll is like, oh, I don't got this. And he's going to disengage and run off into the desert. He's going to make a acrobatics to jump. He's fine. And then just...
Oh, spiritual weapon. Go forth and chase him.
And he just starts running away, uses his action to run a little bit more, and pretty much just runs off into the darkness.
Damn.
Yeah.
Hells, guys.
I think we should let him go.
Yeah. Unless you want to pursue him, we can end combat there.
I think we're all...
I'm unconscious.
It's true. Grig is unconscious.
Grig would want us to continue combat. No.
Definitely.
I mean, if I had my full movement speed, probably would chase.
Yeah, I know. Spoon would be like,
At 15 feet per turn, I can't.
Yeah, you're a
Crawl
little
slowly.
You're in a little bit of a rough spot right now. You're a little tired still. But with that, we will finish up for the evening.
Ooh.
As Grig is unconscious on the ground. These gnolls having attacked you early on in the watch, about halfway through Spoot's first watch. But now you not only have an unconscious Grig, although they are not dead, you have a Relgan made of glass lying unresponsive on the ground.
Hey, I still get a spell slot. Can I throw a healing word at Grig?
Yeah, you absolutely can. All right, Grig comes back with 6 hit points.
That's my favorite every time.
I'm
Did we kill them all?
Almost.
All right.
Almost all of them.
What? Almost.
Well, one got away, and we're gonna let it get away.
Fine. Is the glass thing okay? Did you fix it?
We don't know.
Yes,
Uh-oh.
you all have gathered around the prone form of Relgan, who is not bleeding out, but is unresponsive. And we'll have to see what happens next time on Nuuli Forged.
I shove a good berry in his glass mouth.
Just smear it on.
It seems to have no effect.
I shove it up
Ooh.
his berry.
You shove it where?
There's more.
Good berry.
I'm gonna shove this.
It appears as though the inherent magic of your good berries have no effect on his glass form.
There's
You
just,
need more, obviously.
Doesn't eat. He's glass.
there's just like
All right,
good
let's think
berries
about this.
smeared
Yeah,
out.
it's just smeared glass.
Mending. Does mending work? He's made of glass. You can mend glass.
You'll have to find out next week.
Didn't pick that cantrip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we would like to thank everybody for joining us this evening. I'd like to thank Deconstruction for following us tonight. Much appreciated. We're going to go around and do a quick round of goodbyes while I see if anybody cool is on to raid. Let's start in reverse order with Spoot. Spoot, go ahead. Throw any plugs or whatever. Say goodbye.
Yo, thanks for watching. Goodbye. Food also says goodbye. And yeah, check out Mid-Level Adventurers if you fancy. We do beer ads.
Well,
Unpaid promotion.
We should say we talk about what we are drinking in each episode, but we do not get
Sorry.
paid for sponsorships.
That's a bit of an inside joke before we went on air. Sorry.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a just just listen to Mid-Level Adventurers and you'll understand.
D&D, beer.
No.
Because what more could you want?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna set up this raid for Dungeon Scrawlers. Aetis, go ahead.
Thanks for watching, guys. And thanks for watching my friend fall unconscious.
Down to Carolee.
Fare thee well. Till next week. Thanks for watching. I don't know. I have nothing else to say.
All right. Greg.
I have nothing intelligent to contribute.
All
Fair enough.
right. Well, thanks for watching. And my regular plug, Story Dice Friend Time, the Dungeons and Dragons actual play homebrew podcast that is also starring me, not starring. There are 4 of us. But the latest episode just came out this past Monday, and if you haven't found it already, find it on wherever you find your podcast.
Excellent.
Okay, thanks, bye.
Wonderful. And Defect.
Defect with a message of love from the bottom of his heart. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Love each and every one of you. Catch us again next week.
We're teaching a robot to love.
It's happening. It's happening. The war will be averted. Skynet will fail. All right. And again, everyone, I'm Jared. I'm your Dungeon Master. You should definitely check out Amber on Story Dice Friends Time. Check out Matt and I on Mid-Level Adventurers. Both podcasts available, I believe, wherever you can get your favorite podcasts. So by all means.
And I luck next week against Manchun.
Yeah, we're going to die next week in our Waterdeep campaign. So we'll see you next time, everybody. Have a good night. Goodbye.